This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about the female nature of equality. Women desire equality. It's an inherent aspect of femininity. Masculinity is about competition. It's about power. It's about domination. Femininity, it's about the collective. It's about sharing. It's about making sure no one is left behind and everyone's needs are taken care of. Equality is created in such a way that everyone should be able to have abundance. And in this world that we've got with so much resources and so much of everything, we should be able to make sure that there are no poor among us and that everyone has abundance and that there's world peace. In order for there to be world peace and everyone have abundance everywhere, we need to come to a point where the family, the smallest and most important cell of society, we must come to the point where families are able to live in equality. I'd love to live in a household where there's no one left behind. I'd love to live in a household where all of the kids get equal amount of attention, of love, of caretaking. I'd love to live in a household where there's no one left behind and everyone's voice is heard. I'd love to live in a household where there's no competition amongst the kids, where they all have abundance, and because they've got abundance, they have no need to compete. Instead, they seek out to help each other so that everyone feels happy, excited, and feel that they have abundance in their lives. However, in most cases, does it work like that? Not at all. What is the reason that this does not work? Why have we not been able to come to the point where equality is working for a large majority of people? Once we solve it on a micro level in the family, we will be able to eventually duplicate that process so that all families can begin to apply this, and eventually there will be world peace. This is how it happens. It's inequality. It's inequality that's the problem. If we fix this, everything is fixed. However, you will come to learn that women have a dual nature about them. On the one hand, they desire equality and for no one to be left behind. On the other hand, they desire men of high value. The words high value imply that there are men of low value. And women do not desire to mate short-term or long-term with men of low value. They only desire men of high value. Now this seems strange, because if women truly desired equality and that was their main goal and their main intent and femininity was all there was to it, that it's equality, then women would seek to lift up the men of low value and want to be with them to raise their value so that everything can be equal. It doesn't work like that. Men will, by nature, be left behind because of female attraction. Understand the woman and you will understand the world. Women desire men of power, men who have the ability to do and to perform. And because of time makes it so that other people have more skill, more ability to do, more knowledge, more wisdom, more information to succeed at a higher level than those that come after them. And to those that have not learned those skills, to those that have not put in the work. Women naturally gravitate to those that are able to provide and to protect for them, and who can assist them to have the power and abundance to bless their children's lives, but also to help everyone around them in the world. Women desire to be in a relationship with the man has power enough for her to be safe, secure, and the ability to help others as well. When women have abundance, amazing things happen. When women have scarcity, they become masculine. They enter into what I call survival mode instead of growth mode. And in survival mode, when they're masculine, there is no equality. In fact, my mother, who was basically happily married in my eyes, she refused to go outside the house without putting her face on, as she called it. And I was like, why would my mother care about her outward appearance and her, having her face on or her makeup on when she goes outside, when I know that Dad is right there. He's going to stay in the house. Why are you putting on makeup? And why do you refuse to go outside? Because of what other women are going to think about her. When there's scarcity, women become more and more individualistic. But they still have their feminine nature that focuses on equality. So instead of being grateful for the things that they do have, they look at other people that have more than they have, and then they become jealous. And they become envious and coveting those things that other people have that they do not have. So they're upset now that they're not equal with the other women. And now compete and want to escalate or be better than those that have more than what they have. This is what is called keeping up with the Joneses. The only reason why that's in place is because women are masculine. When women are feminine, they have abundance. They're fired up outside their brain, and because they have abundance, they don't care how much abundance everyone else has. It's about emotional needs being met and fulfilled. If emotional needs are not fulfilled, a woman will not have capacity to achieve or to do the things that she desires to do. In other words, she will not feel that she has abundance. And she will not feel that she has capacity to take care of herself, to take care of her man, and to take care of her children, and to take care of her customers, since she probably has a job because she's masculine, etc., etc., etc. I don't know about you, but I also want to live in a household where there is massive attraction, where there are sparks, where there are fireworks between the man and the woman. And in order for there to be attraction, if you haven't watched my video on attraction simplified for women, go ahead and watch that video, because it will explain that it is imperative, it is critical that the man has the power in the relationship for the woman to be attracted to him. This is the reason why women desire equality en masse with socialism. Socialism comes from women's nature of desiring equality. Looking at other people and knowing that it is unfair that they have all those resources and they're not sharing it with everyone else. Everyone is being left behind, and it's those that have the resources who are at fault. And we need to take away from them in order to give to those that do not have. Equality works in the home because it is on such a small scale level. If there is abundance of resources, it is easy to get 5 or 10 or 15 people to work in harmony with each other, compared to doing it in the real world with billions of people striving to simply survive. If we cannot make equality work in the home, there is no chance in heaven or hell for us to achieve it on a world scale massive level. And no matter if you install socialism or communism or anything else that is based upon forcing others to give of what they have to other people. No matter what structure, there will always be someone who seeks for power among the men and among the women for that matter, so that they can decide what to do with the materials that is brought forth from those that have been forced. However, it is correct and right that socialism should be practiced, but in the home, where there should be no competition, where no one should be left behind, where everyone has abundance and everyone has capacity because we're helping each other. The smaller the community, the easier it is to make this work and apply it. However, there needs to be lots and lots of resources and capacity. This is where monogamy comes in, one-on-one monogamy, where there's one man, one woman, and kids. It is very difficult to practice socialism. It is very difficult to practice the principle of equality in such a family because there's only one man and one woman. And then very often what happens these days is they have to use the hands and brains of other people outside of the home in order to help these kids to feel some form of abundance. However, it doesn't work like that because they desire their parents. They don't desire some stranger low-wage worker who works for the government to take care of them. Those people, those low-wage workers, sure, they might care for your child, but they don't care as much as you do. And your children are the most important people in your life. Or at least I hope so. There is a lack of resources, a lack of capacity in one-on-one monogamous family relationships because the man and the woman don't have capacity to take care of these kids and at the same time keep the fire alive in their relationship. And then you add the fact that the woman automatically is the one who has the power in the relationship because the man always, I'm talking 95% of the time, desires sex more than she does. Meaning, because of consent, he has to ask her, can we have sex? And then she says, my head hurts. Or can we do it tomorrow? Or I'd rather not, please. Can we watch something instead? And who is the leader? The woman. And she directs the relationship according to how she feels at any given time. It's a burden for women. And a burdened woman is a masculine woman, and a masculine woman is someone who is not in the present moment, but she's in the past and in the future, and thereby not really able to enjoy herself. And if she is not enjoying herself, she's working on survival mode, making it so that the kids and the family feels neglected and everyone is left behind. And no one has capacity to help each other, and no one even wants to help each other because they're fending for their lives, for themselves. We're living capitalism in our families while we're striving to establish socialism in the world. Fix the family first. Develop socialism here. Without force and without compulsion and without violence. And then we can begin to look to the world and see how can we help the poor? How can we help those who struggle? How can we help those who can't take care of themselves so that no one is left behind? It's a beautiful concept, but there's an opposition in all things. Understand this important fact that if everyone has equality, no one has power. So there needs to be some people in society that has power. So in the family, there needs to be someone who has the power. And since we understand what attracts women to men, It is very wise for the man to be the one who has the power in the relationship. Now, if he does not practice equality in the home, there's going to be a lot of issues. If he forces people, there's going to be a lot of issues. If he uses violence, there's going to be issues. If he doesn't create the right environment in the home, there's going to be issues. And this is why we continuously need to elevate men's performance by rewarding those that actually do a fantastic job, rather than rewarding guys that suck. And on this channel, we talk about the principle of 3 girls in love that solves the problem of lack of capacity in the home. The only problem in 3 girls in love is the concept of jealousy, of greed, of envy, of coveting. But we know where that comes from. It comes from a lack. It comes from not feeling equal with the others. It comes from the fear of being left behind, or in actual terms, being left behind. And if the one in power makes sure that every woman is equal with each other, and every child feels equal with each other, that they all have abundance, that they all are excited, happy, bubbly, that their environment is working for them, no one is neglected, no one is left behind, everyone is happy. Now we can begin to bring that out to the world. The world is suffering from inequality, but it starts in the family. And it's in the family that we need to fix the inequality and the poverty and the neglect that is going on, that is natural because of men and women's lack when it's just the man and the woman. There are certain guidelines that need to be followed in order for the 3 girls in love system to work. The 3 girls in love system being that there are 3 women that love each other, that take care of each other, that are intimate with each other, who love their man. The same guy that they chose together to be their provider and protector, and the one that they give power to so that he can go out into the world and compete in the workforce, or by creating his own business in order to create massive abundance of resources that he can bring home to the family, that they can create an amazing life with. That's the ultimate family system, and in my eyes, the only system that can actually create happiness, joy, equality, love, and no one to be left behind in the world. Socialism was meant to be in the family, while capitalism is in the world because there's so many people, and men need to develop power enough for them to be selected by women of their choice because they're attracted to him because of his power. And over time, men would develop more and more ability to do and to perform for their families. That's what we're trying to do here, is to help men to elevate their performance. And 2/3 of men at all times will be striving to improve and become better all of the time so that they qualify to have women in their lives. Women desire equality, but they also need to be attracted to a man of high value, not of low value. This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling, and I'll see you in the next video.